Good morning, Crosspoint. Good to be with you this cool February morning and trust that you are well and safe in Jesus' hands. I want to mention just a couple of things before we get into this week's prayer focus. So, um, one, I hope that you all were able to enjoy the business meeting this previous Sunday morning. And it was well done and appreciated a lot of the sharing and the questions and the answers and what was going on. Uh, from my perspective as pastor, what I saw was the family of God talking to one another, and I saw a healthy interchange between the generations. And I was just very encouraged at the spirit in which the business of Crosspoint was carried out. So kudos to you, Crosspoint family. And we want to work very hard at being just with one another, at being loving with one another, and being walking in integrity in our relationships, which kind of leads me into the second part here before we get into the prayer focus, which is actually going to be pretty short today. But the other thing is, I think it's been about a year since we've done lockdown. We locked down middle of March, and it's the beginning of February now, so it's been about a year. And I just want to encourage us that some of you may be starting to get really, really weary, or maybe even experiencing some relational drift, because that's what happens when we don't connect with one another. Relationships tend to drift a little bit, and I just want to encourage us two things. One, let's guard against the drift, which happens so easily. It happens when we don't meet together, really. It's not, it's any relationship will begin to drift when we don't get the time that we usually do. So I want to encourage us to be aware of that and to take inventory of ourselves if we're feeling that drift, to be aware of it, and then also to kind of push back against it. And one of the ways we can push back against it is reach out to others and check in with others and see how they're doing. But it's been about a year, and there've been a couple times these past few months, and I've kind of thought, boy, um, it's a healthy concern, but it's just the way relationships work when there's a gap. It's just you feel it. So I want to encourage us, one, to self-assess, and then two, um, to work hard at checking in with one another, especially in our small groups have a great kind of forum for that. But I'm feeling it. I am like sometimes I'm working in the office with others, but then I'm like I haven't seen some of our people in a long, long time. Really miss you guys. So let's hang in there. We might be getting out of this summer maybe, but okay. So the the prayer focus for this week, and we've been tracking like 40 days of prayer for our uh, prayer focus that the Alliance is going through. And so the focus this week is on the neglected and marginalized peoples. So that's kind of what we're praying for and praying to. So there's a strong theme, and our ESL contingent in our church is very much dialed into this, but there's a strong theme in the Old Testament that runs through the entire Old Testament about God's heart for the marginalized, for the sojourner. That's like a kind of a King James word, but for the outsider who comes and lives among you and who is different. And don't want to get too personal here, but some of you know that English is my second language, and I can tell you that the integration from my first culture into the English culture was uh, quite traumatic at different points. And there's a lot of things that outsiders don't know, that they don't understand linguistically, nuance, cultural ways of doing things. And so they're at a disadvantage at so many levels and often are taken advantage of financially or ridiculed or overlooked because they're not able to speak up for themselves and they're not able to vouch for themselves. The same thing holds true for the the widow and the orphan, that they're at a disadvantage. The widow's at a disadvantage because she doesn't have her husband with her anymore. And the orphan's at a disadvantage because he or she doesn't have their parents to vouch for them or a parent to vouch for them. And so God's heart beats for those people, and he cares deeply for them. He wants to see justice brought to them. Now, there's two kinds of justice, and we've talked about this. And I'm talking biblical justice here. I'm not ready to give that word up, actually, because that's a Bible word. And but there's two kinds of biblical justice. One is when the proud are lowered, and the other justice is when the humble are exalted and given their rightful due. And so God's heart is that the downtrodden would receive justice, and he gives them justice so often through us, through his people. And so let's be in prayer for the international. Let's be in prayer for the widow, and let's be in prayer for the orphan, and even watch out for them if they're in your neighborhood or in your workplace or even in our church body, to keep an eye on those who are disadvantaged. And a big shout out to our ESL contingent. Thank you so much, guys, for the way you love internationals and your tireless efforts to love on them and to bring the gospel to them. So so that's the prayer focus for this week. But let me bless us here, and then we'll close out. So the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you, be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Amen.